Lokiriama, Turkana County. A village that is a cocktail of indigenous tribes from 3 neighboring countries, the Turkanas of Kenya, the Karamojong and the Tatoos, predominantly of Ugandan origin, as well as the Jie, the Merilles of Ethiopian descent. Also resident here are the Pokot of Kenya, who are however missing from this cultural festival, faced with unusual traditional rituals of body piercing. Their hearts conceal the graying hair, but by this age, most of them confess to have at one time in their lives committed murder. And the evidence of this preserved in the tattoos, the moorings one has on the right arm, the many people that person has killed. But rather than shame or guilt for causing lost lives, the murderer of an enemy here is celebrated. Consequently, the more one has killed, the more respected they are. To their community, they are heroes. Meet Ochele Sokon, who believes he must be between 87 and 89 years old.
I was present by that time, involved in fighting between the Turkana and my community.
The 5 rings embedded on his right arm is a reminder of the battles he fought during his youth and the deadly consequences he must have occasioned his vanquished enemies. Having been raised in a pastoral community, heads of cattle, goats and sheep define status, and it's something that cannot be compromised. It's property that must be protected by all means and must be sought for by all means. The thirst to steal from each other became rampant.
What compelled me to kill was Karamojong used to kill my people and cattle rustling. If these marks are not there, the blood of the person will follow me henceforth.
But ultimately, the neighbors whose decades of wrestling amongst each other turned them into deadly enemies got tired of killing. In any case, the frequent attacks on each other was decimating their population. The threats of killing each other to possible extinction became the turning point. In 1973, all the 8 tribes identified Lokiriama as a center for peace efforts. At this landmark, they buried the hatchet in favor of peace. But fostering peace wasn't going to be a one-day process.
The
Matheniko went astray and raided Turkana. They went as far as the river bank, which swallowed them. Those whom I knew well were 3. The rest were so many.
This is the area where hundreds of the Matheniko group, a subtribe of the Karamojong community in Uganda, are believed to have died here few years after violating the Lokiriama Peace Accord that was signed in 1973. It appears 40 years on, the peace deal is still work in progress. The International Office of Migration has, however, observed that there is something constantly derailing the accord.
One of the key challenges is the presence of the illegal firearms. There is a lot of illegal firearms among the communities, and this also hampers the issues of peace building and conflict prevention activities.
In an attempt to foster the elusive peace, the International Office of Migration is reaching out to the community through their men of influence, the tattooed men, now branded the ambassadors of peace.
The communities are in a position whereby they can report issues as early as possible when, let's say, animals are stolen from Turkana side and taken to Uganda side, they can be returned through community dialogues.
Sisi iko yani kukutana hapa Lokiriama kwa njia mzuri hapa Lokiriama. Hakuna neno ngine ile ambao ile mbaya iko ndani. Alafu dunia ingine.
Traditionally, there are nomadic people moving from place to place in search of water and pasture, and the more cattle one acquires strokes their reputation in raiding more livestock to boost their status. But change has come to take place between the warring communities since the signing of the peace accord. Brenda Cheruiyot, Citizen TV, Lokiriama.